Not gonna lie, what I'm about to tell you, I didn't expect, but I should have seen it coming, just based on where things have been going. So, on the list of dockets for This Week in Destiny today, the process of legendary shard deprecation. Yeah, you heard that. Some info and updates on the Crota's End raid, new PvP update previews for next season and season beyond, aka Final Shape. Checkmate enters Crucible Labs, and deterministic recoil, improved trials, weapon drops for wins, tessellation, and the player support report and movie and art of the weeks. Now, long story short, yes, legendary shards are no longer going to be in the game. And this isn't going to be like previous currency deprecations. There isn't a, you have 20,000, you can steadily turn in 20,000 to have bonus glimmer. They're literally just going away. So what that means, they also explain here. Now, they did improve some things, basically, or change some things around based on other things. I'll get into more of that. But the idea of, like, costs, where things will be, is they give you a chart to give you an idea of how everything is. Basically, nothing got more expensive. Technically, things just got cheaper, or at least simplified how much you need. Now, I do think you'll need more engrams per focusing, it seems. But at the same time, currently, it just seems that you'll need the appropriate amount of glimmer in compensation. Now, also, they wanted to basically mention that in various places, dismantling was the best source of legendary shards, and there wasn't much more. So they are improving the things that you get from dismantling as well. So you'll get more reputation, better chance for other gear, and everything like that, and more glimmer as a result of dismantling stuff. So in case you were worried about that, there you go. We're not losing all of that. And actual values and drop chances are still subject to change in case this doesn't look good. May also note that ship barrows and ships are not listed above. This is because we plan to remove the cost to pull these from collections, so there you go. So there's that. Now, a strange feeling, as Destiny 2 director Joe Blackburn mentioned, the final shape will see everyone's Jovian Zur receive a bit of an update. We're not ready to pull back the curtain on that yet. Just know the removal of legendary shards, Zur will be looking for some alternative form of payment for his wares. Maybe we'll just get actual strange coins as opposed to the other one. So, if you're interested in some details about Guardians in progress during the first 48 hours, there is some details about how many people cleared each encounter, how many people entered, how many people died, and the total hours spent in the raid. And of course, now this is that kind of BS that I kind of hate. They're basically saying contest mode is hard, so everyone succeeded. You should be proud. For anybody that tried but didn't make it, still be proud. No, not really. Because we didn't get the contest mode emblem, and that's pretty much what everyone's there for. Now, aside from that, there is an increased drop to essences coming up. For starters, the first full clear each week will now provide 2 guaranteed essences, the guaranteed weekly drop from defeating Crota himself, and then additional guaranteed drop for every encounter start to finish. Then every time you do a full clear, basically start to finish, you'll earn that additional guaranteed essence. So there's now a way to farm them. We also increased the drop rate of random essence oversold for repeated clears of each encounter, so that you can get even more per try. Finally, we're adding a chance to strike it lucky and earn all the essences necessary to complete both Necrochasm and its catalyst when taking Crota down during a full run. Just like the exotic drop in previous raids, you can now get the whole deal if fortune shines. Yes, you read that right. Basically, if you wanted to just get all the essence, it is a random drop during the Crota fight. Now, new challenges, of course, challenge mode will be coming out with alongside Master Difficulty on September 19th, which, if you don't know what that means, essences, everything, deep sight, and everything. Then there's also Master Difficulty that is a higher challenge, but also a different kind of reward. Each week, the armor drops, you'll get a particular stat focus, as usual, and if you complete the weekly challenge on Master, you'll get an Adept Weapon. The Adept Weapon you get is random, but drops working on a knockout system. You will get a new one with every challenge and complete every week until you've unlocked them all. As we implemented with the Root of Nightmares Adept Weapons, the Adept Weapon you get in Crota's End also allow for weapon enhancement. This will give it a weapon level, creation date, and memento socket. Through weapon leveling and spending resources, player can deterministically modify their first 2 perk columns, barrel, magazine, and etc., and enhance the traits that originally rolled in the weapon. So get ready for more intense Crota's End, even though usually Master Mode Crota is not nearly as hard as Contest Mode Crota, at least for other things. Now, PvP focus coming in the next coming seasons. Basically, let's see. Just a Tribute as Trees previously, we're working on a new Iron Banner mode that'll go live in the next season. Tribute is a supremacy-based mode where players will be able to deposit crests at Tribute stations and earn points for their team. Banking many crests can trigger a hunt phase while activity special tribute stations increase the value of the crest deposited for 1 minute. Great, another objective that is limited time, though, folks. Have focusing bubbles on everything. Great. Take care as other Guardians won't be the only thing guarding these high-value tribute stations. Kyle will be watching Guardians, so let's show her what you're made of. Additionally, we're bringing back the Dreamy City map Citadel as a part of our ongoing spawn quality efforts. As a number of maps have also had their spawn locations tuned next season, including Ultra Flame, Cauldron, Anomaly, and Dead Cliffs. Lastly, we're also adding strand-related Crucible medals in Season 23. Now, long live the Sandbox. Some changes that are mainly Crucible-focused to look at it. Antaeus Wards. These will now fully require class ability energy to reflect incoming damage. Reflecting damage will deplete your class ability energy. The goal is to reduce the uptime of Exotic's effect, but also make it more difficult to stack with the Juggernaut shield. But Bungie, you forget the thruster has an 18-second cooldown. It literally will take 18 seconds for the Antaeus Wards to be back. For shame. Also, it should be like Shoulder Charge, where you lose a little bit of energy to use it if you don't need to. Otherwise, people will just spam it until they hit something, and then they'll just use it. Then, Yahamkara Spine. We are reducing the impact on grenade uptime by making it grant energy on final blows instead of just straight up damage. And that is later this season. However, next season, submachine guns greatly increasing the global recoil on SMGs to make it more costly, effective trade-off to spec into range over stability. Sniper rifles will be implementing a sniper rifle body shot nerf in Crucible. Details to come soon. Sniper rifles are getting a damage buff in PvE, so that will offset it. Fusion rifles decrease the kickstart damage bonus. Damage will also fall off harder at longer ranges. Airborne effectiveness will be greatly increased on snipers and slug shotguns to the equivalent of pre-aerial effectiveness Icarus at their base values. Peregrine Greaves will not only grant bonus shoulder charge damage over after a short period of time of being airborne. The goal of this change is to ensure Peregrine Greaves users are visibly airborne to other players in order to benefit the exotic effect. In PvE, these now provide a slightly larger damage bonus and refund your melee charge when used against champions, tormentors, and mini-bosses. Syntheseps, no more extra lunge range. To compensate, adding improved handling and reload speed when surrounded. Also walking back some of the nerf to glaive melee damage as well, plus more exotic armor updates coming next season. Now, most of these seem focused on Titans, which kind of makes sense because the most oppressive thing was Antaeus Ward's Kickstart Fusion Rifle. So, there we go. But then, of course, Checkmate is going to be coming next, which, if you want details on Checkmate, there you go. But generally, the idea is reduce the passive regeneration times for grenade, melee, and class abilities by 50%, and reduce passive regeneration rate for supers by 40%. The biggest change in Checkmate, however, is that you do not spawn with special ammo. Instead, you earn it by generating points from kills, assists, deaths, zone captures, and gathered heavy ammo. You won't lose points accumulated on death, and the special ammo you earn persists through lives and rounds. Additionally, you do not drop special ammo on death. Interesting. Although it seems like basically it's another snowball effect, because even if you don't lose it, if it's based on kills, assists, and work, the more people that, I don't know. It seems like it should be the inverse. The people contribute that often shouldn't be getting special ammo, because then it's just a snowball effect. The goal of a Checkmate is to provide a game mode that encourages and rewards solid decision-making and gunplay skills, while still being the Destiny 2 you know. Our internal playtests have been very positive. We're excited for players to get a chance to play it. We can't wait to join you all in Checkmate on the 19th. And don't worry, Relic fans, you have another chance with the Aegis Scythe and Synaptic Spear during the last 4 weeks of Season of Witch. Now, win-win situation. Last Thursday, the update brought a change that feels is reminding you of the Trials of Osiris is coming back. Starting tomorrow, every match you win has a high chance of dropping one of these weapons currently available in the loot pool. Now, they are regular, non-adept, however. That is the Igneous Hammer, Astral Horizon, Cataphract, GL3, Messenger, Unexpected Resurgence, and the Immortal. During this weekend's Trial of Osiris, Igneous Hammer will be the adept for those capable of reaching Lighthouse. Iggy has some new fancy perk like Incandescent for scorching enemies and Keep Away and Fragile Focus for those that are looking to stat monster. Great. It's just going to be terrible. Then, after that, it is the Tessellation videos that Bungie was asking for and some of their highlights that they wish to have. And then after that is the player support report. Now, Crota's End 48-hour challenge mode update. Since contest mode for the Crota's End concluded, we have been investigating reports of players who completed challenge mode did not receive credit for the all-for-one triumph when defeating Crota, blocking them from attaining the triumphs and emblem. As a first step, we're currently creating a list of verified players who completed the contest and challenge modes, but did not receive credit for defeating Crota during that time frame. Secondly, we're adding a new server flags in-game with update blah 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 next week that will help us check off defeating Crota and unlocking all-for-one triumph. third, for that contact to be unlocked, we are working on creating a additional server item that our list of verified players can interact with to get their missing items. I believe this endeavor, particularly step 3, will take a few more weeks to complete as we start setting those things up. Once we have more information and timeline to share, communicating will be done. Known issues as well. The seasonal challenge round and round we go is not counting orbs generated in Gambit. Deadman's Tale intrinsic upgrades have duplicate and incorrect directions on how to obtain them. Some weapons from Crota's End do not always have firing audio. Some players are unable to finish the Last Will and Testament mission, and the description for the legendary version of Sabbath and Spire incorrectly displays that matchmaking is available. I don't know how that keeps happening. Like, literally every legendary mode of a seasonal activity that cuts off matchmaking has been saying that it has. So, Bungie, fix that. Also, check my channel for the last 2 videos that I put out. They're basically issues that need addressing. Then, of course, there is more movies and arts of the week for various things in Destiny. With that, that is the end of the TWID. It's still weird saying that. I can't believe it. But with that, Legendary Shards ending, some PvP changes for you. To sum it up, my name is Matt Scorpion, and I'll see you in the next video.